It's very early morning and I can't sleep. I've woken up too early. But the anticipation of sorting out my singles that I bought recently, not the main collection, but my singles. Just want to introduce a bit of storage. This is the really useful box. It is quite useful for other things, and it's the 9 litre. It's I say really useful. That's the name of the company. Really useful box, or really useful storage, one or the other. 9 litre, but with the XL lid to accommodate clamps on either side, and nice deep lid. So, are you ready for a single sort out? Okay, let's get to it. Well, there we are. I'm not sure I've made the situation that much better or worse. So this isn't the main collection, but there's, I would say, this constitutes now about a third of the singles. And as I've said, I'm not sure singles are worth collecting, but I've started now. So I've sorted them into rough categories. So I've got little things here, like I've got Robert Palmer and a couple of Roxy Music. Roxy Music, if you watch the future videos, will perhaps feature also a band that I would never really collect, Adam and the Ants. But I've seen something locally, so I might cover those. So I just wanted to make note of the singles I've got. I've got the Young Prisons, Dog Eat Dog and Goody Two Shoes. I haven't got Kings of the Wild Frontier, so those early ones might complete that. I've got a kind of punkish kind of, it's got U2, there's The Jam, and I've got Buzzcocks, Clash, Ian Dury and the Blockheads, a bit of Elvis Costello, Turning Japanese by the Vapors, whereas that could go with The Jam, Pill. We've got that, a bit of Stranglers, and a bit of indie, couple by The Cure, and there's Talking Heads, Seen Not Seen, no cover. I think if you've got a single without the cover, really you're only, once in a lifetime, you're only really keeping it for playing purposes, but that's fine. We'll have a bit of that. I've got 80s electronica, there's a Flock of Seagulls, Tube Boy Army, well, that was 70s, but Soft Cell, you know what I mean. I must have about 4 copies of that now in All the Gay, so a bit of OMD, another in All the Gay, and Depeche Mode, a bit of Yazoo, and Alison Moyet, who's in Yazoo. We've got a 60s, couple of Beatles there, 60s and 50s misc section. I seem to have ploughed a lot into the 80s. So we've got War, we've got Debbie Harry, Tears for Fears, Blondie, Hazel O'Connor, Erotica by Madonna, nice original Madonna Holiday. Pet Shop Boys, shall I put that in the 80s kind of electronic, I suppose so. Domino Dancing, and then the classic Duran Duran. I bought a 12-inch of Altered Images for £2, so that's Happy Birthday, Human League, I guess that could go on there, and then Eurythmics, and a bit of Tony Basil, and then a Misc 70s section. So So yeah, then there's things that kind of defy description. Jonah Louie, the Piranhas, the KLF, which was 90s, Scritti Politti, REM, and UB40, and some Pretenders there. So was that could go in the 80s, and Paul Simon Graceland, was that was 80s as well, so we put that in the 80s. So just sort of in a rough order, so we'll put a piece of paper between them for the next stage. So join us in the next stage. I nearly forgot. So I have a little burgeoning sort of two-tone mod revival section. The selector, missing words, specials, the beat, hands off, she's mine, the selector, specials aka gangsters, and the selector. I think I've got one or two of those already. Madness, seem to have overdone the Madness. Embarrassment, Must Be Love, Baggy Trousers, the cover, Embarrassment again, there's lots of embarrassment. Our House, and there's also Bad Manners track, yes. So that will go. Some of these things I didn't really mean to sort of collecting, but I guess if you're into vinyl, you know how this happens. So literally not that bothered about the singles unless it's my factory records ones. Yeah, so let's get them into some order, and let's get them into a couple of storage. So there we are, those are ready now for, separated by a piece of paper into rough zones. So those are ready for stage 2, cleaning, and then putting into the main collection, which I'm not sure if it'll be 2 of those or keep with the same box. Okay.